Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Karens. In today's episode, made to apologize to EB playing her phone out loud on nighttime flight. Playground Karen. Karen in the park. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Made to apologize to EB playing her phone out loud on nighttime flight. Originally posted elsewhere but thought this sup would appreciate it. Recently on a late evening, 11 p.m., flight back from holidays and was seated beside a middle-aged woman who, mid-flight, 12 to 1 a.m., took out her phone and began playing a film without headphones. The media was loud enough to hear through my own headphones, so in irritation I tapped her shoulder and asked, "Do you not have any headphones?" which triggered a defensive rant about being able to listen to what I want, and you hit me. I didn't. The flight attendant came by to investigate and offered to move the woman. The attendant then returned to ask the person in the row in front of me whether she heard the media. They couldn't hear anything through their AirPod Pros. Therefore, it was determined the media was not loud and I had to apologize to the offender, through gritted teeth, because I don't want to be put on a no-fly list over this clownery, who happily continued playing her film for her new neighbors to hear. Is this now standard practice on flights? I was always under the impression personal media needed to be used with head or earphones, but maybe I'm just a dinosaur who hasn't flown in a while and I don't know what constitutes being rude anymore. I guess what I want to ask is, would you have issue with someone playing music/media out loud on the flight and AITA here, or is she the EB? The flight attendant screwed up here too. Make you apologize? That is a weird power flex. I've been on 2 flights recently where the flight attendant has, sometimes more than once, told a passenger they need to have headphones. No mention of how loud, just that you can't have volume at all. The FAA was wrong in your case. I just went on a short trip and on both flights at takeoff, and when we got to cruising altitude the flight attendant specifically mentioned having to wear headphones to the whole plane. Must be happening a lot. As a former FA, I left the industry in March after 7 years, and I can promise you that's not normal. That lady with her loud-ass phone would have had 2 options, headphones or that volume to a 0. It's not anyone else's problem she doesn't have any too, didn't bring any. Other passengers shouldn't have to suffer from her selfishness ESP on a late-haul flight. Our company even had it programmed in our audio announcements, "Sorry you had to deal with that," and honestly, what fucking FA tells someone to apologize? You separated them already, stop trying to continue the drama. Would a complaint about this issue help? It seems unfair that the Karen practically gets a reward for being an AH and the FA doesn't learn anything about how to handle these things if nothing happens. I have no idea how realistic OP's fear of a no-fly list is in this case. I'm so sorry, I politely requested you use earphones when sitting next to me. I now see it was ridiculous for me to expect you to behave like an adult and act like you have any sense of decorum. If I had to guess, the woman next to you made a stink with the flight attendant who was tired and opted for the path of least resistance, which would be to have you provide an insincere apology so the FA could get on with their job. If I was in this situation, I'd simply say no, I'm not doing that, and put headphones back in to ignore the flight attendant. Apologizing isn't a safety situation, so I'm not going to do it. You are an adult who is in the right and owe no one an apology. A simple no thank you, putting your earbuds in, and closing your eyes would have been the response to the flight attendant I would have given. Playground Karen. I took my little one down to the park because I wanted to get her out of the house. So we're swinging and there's a lady there with a girl probably about 10 to 12 and a boy maybe 18. He was swinging on the swing with the girl when I got there and I figured maybe he was her brother. He didn't even look at me. This other lady comes with her 2 grandkids. She says to me, "I can't believe a grown man is swinging on the swings at a park, that's not right." I said maybe he's special needs, I don't know, he's not bothering me. She said he was just using a cell phone. Lady, my 19-month-old knows how to swipe on my cell. It's not hard. But I didn't say anything. She then said that she's just seen too many women get beat down and their kids stolen and maybe she's just paranoid. I didn't know what to say and just continued swinging my kid. They left and a few minutes later the cops come. She had flagged the police down to say that there was an adult man at the park. He was with an older woman and the kid, he wasn't there by himself. Just ridiculous. I felt really bad for them because they were not bothering anyone, didn't talk to anyone but themselves, they didn't even look our way. I don't get her thought process. Parks aren't just for children. Some of the playground is as obviously larger people don't fit on them, but swings? Exactly. It's a public park. Anyone can be there. No one wanted to swing where he was, my little one still needs baby swings and hers were on the slides. He never glanced our way. It really made me mad. As soon as I've lost enough weight, I'm headed to a swing set. Why would the police even respond to that? Hey, there's a man in the park. He's using the swings, threateningly. I wasn't close enough to hear what he said, but I can almost guarantee she made something up. She's seen too many women get beat down and their kids stolen? Sounds like she has a reality versus TV problem and can't discern between the two. Yeah, I said to my husband when I got home, where the hell does she live? She thinks this happens? Because I have never seen or heard of it in our area. As a retired law enforcement officer, I can say that you do not know just how right you are. I go to a nearby park and use the swings on my lunch hour. I'm 60. I am retired law enforcement. I used to get flagged down all the time for vague stuff like this with no apparent crime being committed. Many times, for someone they didn't know walking down the street. I always just asked the person, what crime did they commit? That usually ended the conversation. It isn't against the law to walk down a street, and it isn't against the law to be in a public park. Even if the teenage boy doesn't have a developmental issue, what's wrong with him swinging on swings? I am 54 years old and I love swinging on swings. If I'm at a park, I definitely give up my swing for a kid if there aren't any others. Adults are allowed to play. There's a new park by me that has swings for adults and for pairs. I love them. I haven't been able to swing since I was a kid. My friend and I will grab a pair swing and just chat as we swing. It's lovely. Sometimes grown-ups like to swing too. That lady was very judgy. Pay her no mind. You will probably never have to see her again. Karen in the park. Last summer, I went to the local park with the wife and our dog. It is a large park with lots of different areas like playgrounds, water fountains, soccer grounds, walking trails, etc., and so had a lot of people around. Our dog is a female and she proceeded to find a nice spot in the grass to pee, in the manner of female dogs. Once she was done, we started walking away only to hear a lady loudly call out "HUI" and point to a pole nearby. The pole had a box with free doggy poop bags. It was immediately clear to me what she meant. She thought our dog had pooped and we were just walking away without picking up the poop. She stood there looking angrily and expectantly at me. I walked up to her and asked her, "You don't have a pet dog, do you?" "No," she replied. I thought so. No wonder you don't know the difference between how a dog pees and how it poops. I have another question, do you know what a Karen is? She was puzzled. Now, no. Look it up on the internet when you get home, I said, as I walked away. Nope. You're the Karen here. All you had to say was it's just pee. Exactly. I am no fan of Karens, but OP might want to look in the mirror. And then everyone stood and clapped, even the dog. Hope you bring Kleenex with you, so you can cry into them. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.